Hey, bold and the beautiful fans, it is time for your weekly prediction edition. And we are going to talk about Steffy Forrester going full-on detective mode when something just does not add up and she cannot let it go. Plus, RJ is about to find out that playing games with people's hearts and careers has some very real consequences coming back his way. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we have got predictions for Will and Bill, for Katie and Brooke, for Steffy and Hope, for Elektra and RJ, and also for Ridge and the mess he has gotten himself stuck right in the middle of. But before we get into all of it, please click subscribe if you are not already following, because you do not want to miss a single one of these prediction episodes. We are on it every single week. And now let's get into our very first prediction. Prediction number 1. Will joins Bill's war and RJ has no idea what is coming. So Monday Bold and the beautiful spoilers have Will dealing with some very serious fallout from the bikini incident. We are talking about Ridge and Brooke and Steffy all weighing in, and it is not going to be pretty. And by Tuesday, Bill Spencer sees an opening and he takes it, because that is what Bill Spencer does. He does not let a good crisis go to waste. Now here is where we are. RJ went running to Daddy Ridge, and the result was Will getting pushed out of Forrester Creations. And before he walked out that door, Will made a vow, in front of Ridge, in front of Brooke, in front of Steffy and Carter, that RJ is going to regret everything. And I want everybody to sit with that for a second, because Will Spencer does not make empty threats. That is not the Spencer way. Now, Bill has been watching all of this unfold, and I think he has been quietly furious. His son went to work at Forrester, tried to build something there, fell for a girl, and then got fired because Ridge Forrester's precious boy came back to town and decided he wanted what Will had. And the dressmaker, instead of handling it like a professional, sided with his son and showed Will the door. Bill is going to be absolutely livid about that. And you know what Bill Spencer does when he is livid? He plots. He schemes. He builds something that hits harder than anything the other side is expecting. And here is the beautiful thing. Will is already angry enough to do whatever it takes. He does not need much convincing right now. He walked out of Forrester humiliated and furious, and that rage is exactly the fuel that Bill needs. I think we are going to see Bill pull Will into the Spencer fold this week in a real, meaningful way. Not just as his son, but as a partner in whatever is coming for the Forresters. And when Bill Spencer and a furious young man with something to prove team up, the Forresters better start watching their backs, because this is not going to be a small skirmish. This is going to be a full-scale war. RJ started something when he interfered with Will and Elektra over and over again and smiled about it. And now Will and Bill are going to finish it. I cannot wait to see RJ's face when he realizes exactly what he set in motion. Prediction number 2. Brooke and Katie go to war over their boys, and it gets ugly fast. Thursday Bold spoilers have Will and Katie sharing a really sweet mother-son moment, and I love that for them because they both need it right now. But by Friday, Brooke and Katie are going at each other, and Katie is pointing that finger right in her big sister's face, and it is not a gentle family conversation. Now here is the setup. Brooke is furious that Will punched RJ. She is in full protective mother mode, and she has been riding Ridge hard to make sure Will faced consequences. And Ridge fired Will, partly because of the punch, but we all know it is also because RJ wanted Elektra and Will was in the way. And Brooke is not going to examine that too closely because it serves her. Katie, on the other hand, is on fire. She has been watching RJ interfere with Will and Elektra since the moment he walked back into town. She has seen the disrespect. She has seen the undermining. And she watched her son get pushed out of a job while the Golden Forrester boy suffered zero consequences for months of bad behavior. So when Brooke comes at her about Will being a hothead, Katie is going to fire right back. And I do not think Katie is going to stop at just defending Will. I think she is going to drag everything out onto the table. The way the Forresters have treated Hope, the way Brooke failed to actually deliver on the promises she made, the way Eric was treated. Katie has receipts, and she has been holding them politely for too long. And then there is the question of the new designer. Brooke is going to press Katie about who is going to lead her next line. Because Brooke thinks Logan is a one-hit wonder. She thinks Katie got lucky and it is about to fall apart. And Katie is sitting on the most incredible secret right now. She knows that Hope has joined her. She knows that the reveal is going to absolutely flatten Brooke and Ridge and Steffy. And I think this week, Katie is going to come right up to the edge of telling Brooke something that will wipe that smug look off her face. She is not going to reveal it yet. The timing is not right, but she is going to tease it. She is going to let Brooke know that Logan is far from done. That they have landed someone who is going to make all of their jaws drop. And Brooke, because she cannot imagine what card Katie could possibly be holding, is going to dismiss it. And that dismissal is going to make the eventual reveal so much sweeter. These two sisters going at it over their sons and their companies and their loyalties is exactly the kind of conflict that Bold and the Beautiful was built on. This is the core drama of this show, and it is about to be firing on all cylinders. Prediction number 3. Ridge tries to smooth things over with Hope and makes everything worse. Wednesday Bold spoilers have Ridge making a real effort to reconnect with Hope. And on the surface that sounds sweet. Ridge going to talk to his stepdaughter, trying to bridge the gap. But by Thursday, Ridge and Steffy are not seeing eye to eye about how to handle the Hope situation. And by Friday, Steffy is suspicious. Very suspicious. Now here is what I think is going on. Brooke has been pushing Ridge to fix things with Hope. Because Brooke cannot stand the idea of Hope being angry and distant, and over at the Logan estate instead of at Forrester where she belongs, in Brooke's mind. So Brooke is leaning on Ridge. Go talk to her, go reassure her, go tell her that her line is not gone for good, go tell her she still has a future at Forrester. And Ridge, because he loves Brooke and because he genuinely does care about Hope in his way, agrees to go. He heads over to the Logan estate and he tries. He really does. But here is the problem. Hope has a lot of grievances and they are all legitimate. She watched Brooke promise to fight for her, and then Brooke turned around and fell back into bed with Ridge, and the Cosio plan evaporated and Hope's line stayed shelved. And Steffy has been dismissing her and undermining her and treating her like a nuisance for longer than any of us can count. So when Ridge shows up trying to smooth things over, I do not think Hope is going to be very receptive to it. I think she is going to let him know exactly how she feels. And Ridge, being Ridge, is going to report back to Steffy that he needs her to go over there too and calm Hope down. And then Steffy goes. And here is where it goes sideways. Because Steffy cannot help herself. She and Hope have never been able to talk without it turning into a confrontation. And when Hope asks if Steffy thinks that Katie and her line are just going to disappear, Steffy says she does not see any hope for Logan. No pun intended, as our spoilers noted, and that is going to land like a bomb. Because Hope is not just a family member defending her aunt anymore. She is a member of that team. She is personally invested in Logan succeeding. And Steffy just insulted the whole operation right to her face. So that conversation is going to go off the rails quickly. But something Hope says, some little slip, some flash of genuine excitement that she cannot quite mask, is going to catch in Steffy's mind. And she is going to start wondering, what exactly is Hope doing on this so-called leave of absence? Prediction number 4. Steffy goes full detective and she might be about to blow everything wide open. Friday Bold and the Beautiful spoilers confirm that Steffy is suspicious about Hope's leave of absence. And I want to talk about this one in detail because I think this is the prediction with the most explosive potential this week. Steffy Forrester is many things, but she is not slow. She is sharp. She notices things. And between the conversation she had with Hope where something felt off, and her own instincts about the Logan family always having an angle, Steffy is going to start doing some digging. Now, think about this from Steffy's perspective. Hope asks for a leave of absence. Okay, fine, people take breaks. But then Steffy goes over there, and Hope is defending Katie's company with a passion that feels personal. And Hope is defending Will. And Hope is being evasive about what exactly she is doing with all her free time. And Steffy, whose spidey senses are legendary on this show, is going to smell that something is not right. So I think she starts poking around. She asks Brooke, totally casually, trying not to tip her hand, what has Hope been up to? Has she been relaxing, spending time with Beth, taking it easy? And if Brooke says that actually, no, Hope has been coming and going, she has been busy, she seems energized, that is going to light up every warning signal in Steffy's brain. And so I could absolutely see Steffy following Hope, doing a little informal surveillance, and eventually ending up outside Spencer Tower, or wherever the Logan team is working, and getting a glimpse through a window or in a hallway of something she was not supposed to see. Katie and Hope with their heads together over design boards. Fabric swatches on the table. Maybe Dee is there, completely lit up with excitement about the project. And Steffi is going to stand there and put it all together. And when she does, it is going to be one of those slow burn moments where you can see it happening on her face in real time. The pieces clicking into place. The realization hitting. Hope did not take a leave of absence. Hope defected. Hope is Katie's new designer. Now here is the question. What does Steffi do with that information? Does she go straight to Ridge? Does she confront Hope? Does she sit on it for a minute and figure out how to use it to maximum effect? Because Steffi is smart enough to know that how you deploy information matters as much as the information itself. And she would love nothing more than to be able to go to Ridge and say, look, once again, Hope has proven that she cannot be trusted. Once again, she has chosen the Logan side over the family that took her in. And of course, Brooke is going to completely lose it when this comes out because she had no idea. She has been in the dark. And finding out that Hope kept something this big from her is going to sting in a very deep way. The Logan family is fracturing in real time, and Steffi might just be the one who accelerates it. Prediction number 5. RJ overplays his hand with Elektra and it might cost him everything. Monday Bold and the beautiful spoilers confirm that Elektra finds out about the punch. She finds out what really happened at Bikini and that Will did not tell her. And by Wednesday, she is caught right in the middle of the Spencer versus Forrester feud in a way that is genuinely uncomfortable and painful for her. And by Thursday, her friendship with Dylan is coming back from the brink, which tells you that she is going to need that support system because things with Will are complicated right now. Let's break down how Elektra is feeling this week. She agreed to move in with Will. She told Dylan she was happy, that she and Will were going to be living together and working together, and it felt like everything was finally coming together. And now she finds out that the whole thing is appended because Will punched RJ at Bikini, which he knew and which he chose not to tell her. And now he is fired from Forrester. So the working together part is gone. And the foundation of this big step forward that they were taking got built on a secret. Elektra trusted him and he withheld something significant. That is going to hurt. And RJ, because he cannot stop himself, is going to be right there to pour fuel on every single one of those doubts. He is going to play the victim to the absolute hilt. He is going to make sure Elektra hears about the punch in the most dramatic, most RJ-favorable version possible. He got assaulted. He was just trying to talk and Will came at him. He is worried about Elektra's safety. He cannot in good conscience watch her move in with someone who has that kind of temper. And I fully expect RJ to tell outright lies this week. Not just spin, not just his perspective, actual lies. Because RJ wants Elektra and he has made that clear from day one and he does not fight fair. Now here is where Elektra gets frustrating for a lot of fans. And honestly I understand the frustration. She has a pattern of listening to RJ even though RJ has consistently disrespected her relationship with Will. He has interfered, he has undermined. He has inserted himself over and over again and she keeps hearing him out. And this week with the punch revelation and Will having hidden things from her, she might actually pull back from Will because RJ is in her ear saying all the right things in all the wrong ways. That would be painful to watch. But I also think that eventually, hopefully sooner rather than later, Elektra is going to see RJ for exactly what he is. A man who does not want her to be happy unless she is happy with him. And Will, for all his flaws, at least has the kind of love for Elektra that RJ only pretends to have. What I really hope happens is that someone, Dylan maybe, since their friendship is rebounding this week, gives Elektra a reality check. Because Dylan has been watching all of this from the outside and she can see it clearly. RJ is not fighting for Elektra's happiness. RJ is fighting for RJ. And Elektra needs to hear that from someone she trusts before she makes a decision she cannot take back. Because if she pulls back from Will right now, in his darkest moment, that is the kind of thing that breaks a relationship permanently. And the Will and Elektra pairing has too much potential to get torpedoed by RJ Forrester's ego. Alright everybody, that is our 5 predictions for the week, and I have to say this is shaping up to be one of those weeks where every single storyline is hitting a turning point at the same time. We have got Will and Bill forming a power alliance, Brooke and Katie going to war over their sons and their companies, Ridge trying to fix things with hope and making Steffy suspicious instead, Steffy potentially about to blow up the entire Logan operation before it even launches, and RJ playing dirty to get between Will and Elektra. Any one of those stories landing would make for a great week of Bold and the Beautiful. All 5 of them landing at once. That is appointment television. Let us know in the comments which prediction you are most excited about and which one you think is the most likely to come true, because sometimes those are very, very different answers. And if you have got spoilers, if you have heard something or spotted something we have not talked about yet, drop it in the comments because we love hearing from the community. That is what makes this fandom so great. Thank you so much for being a loyal listener and a loyal fan. Make sure you follow Soap Dirt wherever you get your podcasts. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all the major platforms. Hit subscribe, turn on your notifications, and we will see you for the next episode. You do not want to miss it,